These diversity forums, we've been holding them quarterly for the last almost 4 years. Our next diversity forum is going to be in October. We don't have an exact date yet. And it's going to be in partnership with the Mayor's Committee on Persons with Disability. And I'm proud to say that my business partner, Patsy Wiggins, is actually the chair of that committee right now. And our focus is going to be on veterans with disabilities. One of the things we've tried to do with our forums is to shine a light on different areas of diversity and inclusion and help people understand that when you say diversity, it doesn't mean only black and white. It means lots of other things. IMPACT Greensboro would not be possible without the vision and support of the Community Foundation of Greensboro, which is doing remarkable things in our community. So to just sort of close this meeting, I'd like to invite the President of the Community Foundation of Greensboro, Walker Sanders, to give a few thoughts. And then I will let you out of here.
Well, I guess on behalf of the Community Foundation, our Board of Directors, which are some of our board members that are here, David, we want to thank you and the HR group for what you're doing and carrying this conversation forward and keeping diversity as part of the forefront of what we need to be talking about in the community. When I first came to Greensboro, I'll tell you a quick story and kind of tell you about my path around this road. Is we had a board member, and I can't talk about diversity without ever bringing her up. Her name was Linda Jones. Many of y'all may know Linda. She passed away several years ago. She was on our board, and I was always trying to reach out to our board, and this was 1999, 2000, and she would never call me back. I said, gosh, I'm the president of the community foundation. She's on my board. I work for her. Why in the world would she call me back? She would always call our staff member that everyone loves, Tara Sandercock, and she would say to Tara, you tell Walker that I'm busy and I can't call. And I would say, Tara, well, tell her to call me. Well, so after months of this back and forth, using Tara as our mediator to go forth, we were finally able to come up with this meeting. And we get to the meeting, and the first thing she does, she looks at me, she says, just what I thought. You're just some old white, good old boy banker. And I wouldn't trust you at all. So I was like, gosh, how do I respond to that? And now I'm standing here in a seersucker suit, so you can picture what she was thinking as well. I had blue suit at the time. I looked back at her and I said, well, you just look like a poor black lady. It's always living on the government. And she went, oh, why would you think that? And I said, well, why do you think I look like some white banker? And so from that very honest and open dialogue, we developed a very close friendship with each other. And she helped me along my path, learning some things, helping me with some humility, helping me understand things from her perspective. And both of us in that give and take helped the Community Foundation grow as an organization and helped us realize that we have to somehow create some systems in this community to help us break through those initial stereotypes. Because we've done great things in Greensboro across time, but we seem to sometimes let our differences knock us off track. And so we started thinking about IMPACT. It grew out of a program that was called Project Mosaic. I think some of y'all may have heard of this program. It was this huge 300 community-wide thing, all these, but it was a top-down program. Let's get all the movers and shakers together, get them to know each other, and create these one-on-one friendships, and it failed. And we kept saying to ourselves, we can't have a program like this fail. If we can't even talk about our differences with each other, how can we really move the community forward? And that was the genesis to try to revise that program and reinvigorate it, but make it reinvigorate it from the bottom up. So it was much more grassroots, and it felt like Greensboro. And with the partnership that we've created with CCL, I think we've gotten that. And what this program is all about is breaking down those initial stereotypes when you look at somebody. And I look at Judge Mack, and I'll say, oh, he's just a judge. But as you get to know somebody, you get to really understand their value and their contributions that they make, and that's how you move a community forward. So we're thrilled with where IMPACT is and how it's developing. And if you think about what your responsibilities are in this community as you go forward and why we need to keep growing IMPACT, and you all are all ambassadors to IMPACT in addition to being those change agents, it's because right now the priorities in this community are workforce development and job creation. And you're going to say to yourselves, what does diversity and inclusion have to do with workforce development and job creation? Well, there was a real simple analogy. And that analogy is attitudes drive behaviors and drive results. That's a business analogy. All these businesses use that. But that exact analogy works for communities too. And if communities have bad attitudes, they're not going to have very good behaviors, and they're going to have terrible results. Well, Impact Greensboro is about getting those attitudes in shape so that we have really positive attitudes about where we're heading as a community. We not only feel good about ourselves, we feel good about our community. And we're excited about being involved in the community, get engaged in the community. Those are the behaviors that we're trying to emulate. The more we do those kind of things, we're going to get the results that we all know that we can live up to as Greensboro and as individuals. So think of that as you go out in your community and you talk about impact. You need to recruit people to come. We want to start turning people down because there's so many applications that CCL has to hire more staff to just staff this thing. And we continue to grow it. And then we start having these breakfasts, and I'm sorry Dennis is not here to hear this, but he's going to have to build another hotel with a bigger meeting room. We don't have enough room to fit in here anymore. So with that, that's your call to action. Leave here this morning. Be excited about not just about what you heard about this morning, but how do we grow impact and really create this as a core principle of this community and a value that we all can embrace. So thank you.
So one final word. Have a good day.